we are going to see a topic on arrays. In other programming language, we have seen an array. Array can able to store a same type of data and it can be accessed through index position. In R programming, it's a little different when it comes to an array. Array can be created with the help of matrices. Since it's created with the help of matrices, array is a multi-dimension. Array in R programming, array can be created with the help of array function. Here take a array function. Array function have a set of arguments. First is data, the elements of an array. Next is, as we said earlier, array has been created with the help of matrices. Matrices can be created with the help of dim function. Dim function have a set of arguments. The first two arguments are dimension of a matrices, and the third one is number of matrices. Number of matrices is whether we can specify either it is a data can be filled in one matrix, or either 2 or 3. We can mention the number of matrices, how the data should be filled. The fourth argument is dimension name. Dimension name is nothing but a naming of row and column. Let me move on to the second slide where we can see an example of how we creating an array. Right. Here we have a array function. Array function have a first argument as data. Data has been given with the vector value 1:24. So data can be filled from 1 to 24. The second argument is matrix creation. Matrix creation can be done with the help of dim function. Dim equal to C of 3, 4, 2. So 3 and 4 is a dimension of a matrices and the number of matrices is 2. So the 1:24 has to be filled in 2 matrices with a dimension 3 cross 4. Okay, right? If you print a matrices of A, the 1:24 has been filled like this. Let's see the online example of how the data has been filled. Here if you see this output, you can able to how the matrices has been created, right? The first matrices we in the syntax we have mentioned as 2 matrices should be created. The first matrices is named as 1 and second matrices is named as 2. The first matrices contains the data from 1 to 12 and the data has been filled in the mean of column, and the second matrices have contains the data from 13 to 24. Data has been filled in column wise, right? Let me move on to the second example. In the second example, we have so the same thing, but we have a dimension name. Dimension name should be given in vectors, and the vector should be given in list, right? Dimension names should be given in vectors. This is a vector. Why we call it as a vector? The vectors can be created with the help of C function. Row name, column name, matrix name. These three are vectors, but while given in the syntax, it should be given in the list, right? It should be given in list. Array B array has been created 1:24, dimension 3 cross 4, and it should be filled in 2 matrices. Dimension name given in list, row name, column name, and matrix name. So both the 2 matrices should be named as row 1, row 2, row 3, column 1, column 2, column 3, and the first matrix should be named as matrix 1 and second matrix should be named as matrix 2. Let me see this example in an online. Right, this is an example. Right, I have created three vectors, row n, column n, and matrix n, and it have a set of arguments, and those 3 vector values has given in list, and I printed A. A has been printed, and we have a result like this, right? Let's see this result. The row has been named, and column has been named, and the matrix has been named as M1. Row has been named as row 1, row 2, row 3, and column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. Both these matrices are row 1, row 2, row 3, column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, and the matrices has been named as M1 and M2, right? Fine. Let me move on to the next slide. Right. How we are going to access a variable in a array. Basically, in a C program, the array values can be accessed through index position, the same as like that, but we need to mention the which matrix we are going to access that variable, right? Let me see this online example. Here we have a matrix has been created with a variable A, and we have two matrices 3 comma 4 comma 2. So there will be a two matrices. uh, so we are going to access print of A within the square brackets. Within the square brackets we have given 1 comma 4. 1 comma 4, 1 is a row and 4 is a column, and comma 1, the 1 is a first matrix 1 comma 4. First matrix 1 comma 4 is 10, so it will print 10, so it will print a result as 10, right? We are given the accessing in print, so it will print a value as 10, right? Fine. If you want to completely print the first matrix, just mention first 2 as empty and given as 1, it will entirely print the first matrix. If you want to print a second matrix given as 2, it will print entire second matrices, right? Now we have an array with different length vectors. The first vector we have 593, and the second vector we have 6 values. First vector have 3 values and second vector have 6 values, but we mentioned in a dimension 3 cross 3 comma 2. So two matrices, the data should be filled, and the filled data should contains 593, 10, 11 comma 12, 13, 14 and 15. So how the data has been filled, let's see this online example. I have worked out in online. Let's see this. 593, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 3 cross 3 comma 2. I have given the vector variables in C, v1 comma v2, array of C, v1 comma v2. v1 and v2 are vector variables where the data are stored, comma dim equal to C of 3 comma 3 comma 2. So 3 cross 3 matrices and 3 cross 3 dimension and 2 matrices. So how the data is filled? Data filling can be done in column wise. So 593, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The data has been filled in the matrix 1. The same set of data has been filled in matrix 2 also, right? Because it contains different set of arguments. First vector have 3 arguments, and second vector have 6 arguments. So data has been filled in just repeating the values as such in the first matrix, right? We can do arithmetic operations also in a array. We cannot do some arithmetic operation directly in an array in other programming languages, but in our programming we can directly do an arithmetic operation because the data has been stored in matrices. So let me take this example. Matrix 1 plus matrix 2. Just I have created array 1 as a array variable, array 2 as a array variable. Just I have one more variable has been assigned as matrix 1 and matrix 2. The second matrices should be assigned to matrix 1 and matrix 2. So second matrices means what? The same 593, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Here it is 9, 1, 0, 6, 0, 11, 3, 14, 1. So 5 plus 9, it is 14. Okay, right? Next 9 plus 9, 10 plus 6, 16. Next one will be 13 plus 3, 16. Okay, right? The data has been added directly. and the result will be shown like this, right? Let me move to the second slide. Next slide. Apply function. Apply function is used to make a sum of rows in a across all the matrices. Sum of row across all the matrices. Let me see this through online. Right. Sorry. Right. Here we have vector 1 have 593 and vector 2 have 10 to 15. Array has been created. Vector 1 v1 comma v2. It is a data comma dimension equal to c of 3 comma 3 comma 2. So 3 cross 3 matrices, and data has been filled in to 3 cross 3 dimension, and data has been filled in 2 matrices. Then we have printed A. Printed A means the 2 matrices has been printed. 5, 9, 3, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 5, 9, 3, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, because in the second matrix we don't have values, so the first matrix is entirely copied to the second matrices, and we have apply function. Apply function is used to sum the value. In apply function we have given as sum and the dimension as 1. Dimension as 1 means the result has been stored in single row. The matrix name is A, so it will stored under the variable result. If we print of result, it will sum the rows in 2 matrices. 5, 10, 13 is 23 plus 5, 28, and this is 28. 28 plus 28, 56. Same like it will add the values of this row value and this row value, and the additive result will be stored given as result, right? Thank you for listening classes on array.